I've been waiting all day for this. Baron, my handsome man. Hi, human. Hey, babe. You ready? All right. Let's roll it.
All right. This is the intro to our series of Soul Sense on addiction. And I would love if you could start us off by giving a timeline of your experience living with addiction.
Oh, good question. Oh man. Okay. So Cliff's Notes, I guess, of addiction and recovery, because both of those things have been linked together for me for quite some time. And I'm going to say for probably well over 2 decades of my life. So, rewind. So let's go back to like 15-year-old Ashley. Was first introduced to drugs at the age of 15 because in this small town when there's nothing to do, we do nothing but get into trouble. So I think at the age of 15 was my very first experience with drugs, which very quickly became an issue, I think, even before my 16th birthday. Before my 16th birthday, it was just very known to me that this was a problem. But at 15 and 16, you don't consider it a problem, I guess. So 15 to 21, around 20, I guess, very, very, very functioning heavy drug addict. Cocaine, ecstasy, obviously marijuana, alcohol, all of those different things all rolled into one. 21 was the bottom of the bottom for me. So at 21, I went into my first round of which I think I would call recovery, which was a great 12 years, or just until I get into my 30s. So it was a really good run of not using anything. And then in the beginning of my 30s, moving through a really poor relationship, thinking that there was a way to get back to being reconnected with one another, kind of began to dabble again. That dabbling quickly turned into a 3-year relapse that destroyed my life and everybody in it. There was like no man left standing after the sort of mushroom cloud of the bomb landed. And then I guess we would be 33, 34 to 38. Here we are, recovering. So just started year 4 of drugs of abuse, so cocaine was drug of choice, then moved away from alcohol a year ago, and now finally have moved away from cannabis as any form of a thing. So little Cliff's Notes. There we go.
My next question on your opinion of society's perception of those who are living or who have lived with addiction.
Oh, that's a heavy question. It's a heavy question for two reasons, and I think one, there's a very informed, knowledgeable group of individuals within society who understand that addiction isn't really the issue, right? So instead of always asking why addiction, they truly want to ask why the pain, because I truly believe that no form of addiction comes without there being some sort of pain or something that we're hiding from. So there's a really beautiful piece of the world that understands that one correlates with the other. My voice gets shaky when I think about it because there's another enormous population of the world and several people in my life who believe that once a drug addict, always forever a drug addict, and that there's no pain associated with that. So the stigma that comes with it is actually a shame and embarrassment that I think prevents many people first from coming out to state that they have an issue because they won't be accepted, but then seeking out the treatment that you need for that. Possibly an overshare, but even for myself in my life, my own family didn't believe when I relapsed that the addiction came from pain. It was just more they thought I chose to light my life on fire and watch it burn, which really wasn't the case. So I think that the way that I feel about that is one of two ways, depending on the person I'm combating. Are they asking the right question? We should always be asking why the pain, not why the addiction. And I think that we're very split down the middle as to how we understand that.
It's a beautiful segue into my last question. Why are you choosing to share openly and start conversations surrounding addiction?
To break the stigma. It's hands down, without a question, to break the stigma. I think that um, if I wasn't gifted the people in my life that I was given after my last relapse, I may still believe the words that were given to me by my family, which was that I will always be a piece of shit drug addict. Right? I think that if it hadn't been for the other people in my life showing me that I wasn't the label that was given to me, and believing in myself to move through that, I may still be living in that window. And I think for a really long time I did. I don't think I actually truly understood until the last 4 years of my life um, that I am not the addiction, that something else much deeper was that. So I will forever continue to talk about my story, the ugly truths, the ins and outs, the recovering moments, the weak moments, all of those things, to continue to push forward and say you can have made this choice at some point in your life and fallen victim to it. Although I don't believe we're victims to it. I think we walk into it as a choice and we become a victim of it. But you can still do something so incredible with yourself. You don't have to be the thing that people have always told us that we are, or that we even believe we are. That makes sense. So I'll keep talking about it to continue to break that stigma, because we aren't our choices all the time.
Thank you, Ashley. And for anyone wondering, this is the lovely Ashley, the creator and founder of Soul Sense. You can catch her here on YouTube for more conversations and difficult chats surrounding all things human being. Video 1.